K Money. It's your boy KP. R.I.P. Young Dolph. R.I.P. Take Off. Day 3. Cassie up in here testifying. Today she talked about the abuse. I am doing nothing no other than any other podcast because no one can be in there with cameras. So we get it and give it to y'all. So we let our people get up in here. It is Whack Ass Wednesday. A worried Wednesday for Diddy.
And it's wet outside in New York.
Crazy. So, how y'all doing today? I hope everybody good. If you new here, hit like, hit subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, identical. Follow us on Twitter, identical. Follow us on TikTok, identical, and identical TV. Now, yesterday we got in on Cassie. Today it got serious in court. She was asked about all the abuse. I got all the info, all the transcripts, everything the lawyer asked her. And by the end of this, we'll get to where I want to say this. I feel that Cassie loved this nigga Diddy, yo, that she is deliberately saying shit. Let me say this. If I was a juror, I would be saying, she still loves Diddy, and she's not saying anything that's gonna make her send this nigga to jail for life. But we're gonna read it. And yes, this nigga Diddy is the new age Ike Turner. I ain't got nothing to say. That I don't. But while we're doing this, just rolling up with the guys. Got OG313 in the building.
What up, dog?
Got Man Detroit in the building. Got MDH Nug in the building. Ohio stand up. Detroit stand up. Chicago, New York, Houston, everywhere y'all LA stand up. You know what it is. Let us get these blunts rolled because I got a little bit of reading to do. And in a way, I do feel bad for Cassie from how she was saying today, everything. I guess them freak offs take a wear and tear on your body, man. You feel me? So, whoa. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people around the Midwest area, down south, really, if you are in those areas to where a lot of people can't get opioids anymore, but Cassie can. Do you feel me?
They got the plug.
And she just revealed a lot about Diddy, but what she said, y'all, besides the abuse, yeah, Diddy an evil nigga, and we ain't gonna even sugarcoat that, but we just have to know how the jury is gonna play, because after I read to y'all what they heard today, so let's go. Cassie was asked today about all her UTIs. You know, I had to find out what I'm like. UTI, you know, I'm a dude. I'm like, but urinary tract infections and mouth bruisings and everything. So let's get into it. The prosecutor asked, how would you recover from a freak off? Cassie said, I take opioids. Then I wanted to feel numb. We'd get massages, IV fluids, and the chef would cook us something. Then they asked her, how often did you take opioids after freak-offs? Cassie said, often. I got urinary tract infections. The lawyer asked her, were the UTIs painful? Cassie said, very. Antibacterials didn't work anymore. Damn, so antibiotics, she must have been popping them bitches. So you gotta take a lot of antibiotics to get immune to antibiotics. I don't understand. So this prosecutor gotta be dumb because they're women, and I know that gotta feel dumb to ask how to feel, but said how to feel during the freak offs. Cassie said her coochie was burning. I would not advise it. Let's read this out loud. Cassie said, I have all the sores on my tongue. I have another UTI. This is a message that she sent to Diddy. She was not around Diddy. She texts Diddy, yeah, I got another urinary tract infection and my mouth is sore. Now, this is where it comes into play where I say I think she's trying to help. She wasn't around Diddy all the time, y'all. So you escaped. You're at home. I'm going to hear women, oh, you don't understand power, fear. No, I do understand the meaning of being home and never going around a nigga again. And I do understand the meaning of you texting a man saying, yeah, your coochie infected in your mouth and your tongue got sores on it. And y'all just ask, why did she go back? But anyway, the prosecutor asked her, what sores? She said, yeah, from friction in my mouth. From what? The prosecutor said, Cassie, oral sex. Prosecutor said, you said another UTI, then sad face emoji. See, they're reading emails that she sent to Diddy where Diddy's defense is trying to say, how was she kidnapped and how was she a hostage if she's texting this nigga and she's nowhere near him? Diddy's defense is saying, Your Honor, she's lying, she's jealous, she just wants some money. And I hate saying this from reading those, what she was saying on the stand, y'all, Cassie being on the stand is really helping Diddy. It's not hurting him because she has to sound like a kidnap victim and someone being forced into prostitution. And she didn't, y'all listen, I'm just saying, I'm a male, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm trying to make it make sense. If you're kidnapped and someone is forcing you, how you texting this nigga letting him know your mouth sore, your coochie infected, and then go back over, like, I don't get it, y'all. And they're trying to just make black women look like they're the dumbest species in the world. Y'all don't see what's going on. Anyway, they get to ask Cassie. Now, this is where Cassie starts snitching on who was around them. Oh, hold on, my fault, that was the parties. What up, Swiss Player TV? What up to everybody saying what's up to us? Do you feel me? I'm not too humble to say what's up to y'all. I was just trying to get this out so we can get to the combo and the real shit. But Cassie snitched today on a couple of the escorts. She snitched on strippers. She snitched on security. But she would not say Gene's name. So I knew I was right on how this nigga is in witness protection. This nigga is the big rat. But anyway, they asked Cassie, they said, what up with it, nigga? Which escort would go to sex clubs with you and Sean? Cassie said, Jules. Jules, come on down, nigga. The escort from the Intercontinental in LA. Cassie said, yes. Prosecutor said, did you want to have sex with Jules ever? Ventura said, no, but I knew him. Prosecutor said, why did you do it? 'Cause of Sean. All right, cool. But she laughed, but I knew him. And then they said, why did you have sex with him then? 'Cause of Diddy. We all know that. This is where she started snitching. She said, the prosecutor asked her, who was present when Diddy put hands on you at freakouts? Cassie said, sometimes the escort was there too. Prosecutor said, in the same room with y'all? Cassie said, yes. Prosecutor said, in the suite? Cassie said, yes. Prosecutor said, were they aware of any abuse? Diddy's lawyer said, objection, motherfuckers, don't he? And Cassie said, yes. So, remember when the feds put that memo? Anybody that knew about the abuse, witnessed the abuse, and was there for the abuse, they ass getting strung up too. Here we go. So, we know Cassie, I did not know that, man. Yo, in a way, that's why I feel bad for the girl. This nigga Diddy stroking her mouth sore, getting her UTIs from other dancers. Like, yo, man.
He didn't give a fuck.
This nigga evil, but listen, it's that ecstasy, man. This nigga Diddy was on that ecstasy and that pink cocaine. Nigga, it was no coming down for this nigga. So then, let's get to the ass whippings. Let's get to the abuse. This is where it get good. Prosecutor said, when did Puffy first hurt you physically? Cassie said, it started in the first year. Prosecutor said, What employees or what staff of Diddy's was present when Sean was physical with you? The defense went straight. Objection. Physical is vague. Like, you can't say Diddy got physical. So the prosecutor got disrespectful and said, well, we'll rephrase physical when he was punching and hitting you. They cold in that motherfucker court. So the prosecutor asks again, when did Sean first use violence on you? Cassie said, in New York, we were in a car with a security and he knocked me around. Prosecutor said, what did he do? She said, he hit me in the side of the head. I fell to the floor of his Escalade. Then prosecutor said, in January 09, did you attend an event in LA with Sean? Cassie said, yes. Prosecutor said, what happened to you? What happened as you left? Now, this is where y'all know Diddy a jealous ass nigga. Prosecutor said, what happened to you when you left? Cassie said, I was speaking to a producer about music. Diddy called me a slut. Listen, she said, I hit him in the face. I had been drinking. Prosecutor said, well, when you hit him in the face, did he have any injuries? She said, no, I didn't see any. So Cassie just admitted she was drunk. Puffy called her a slut, and she hit that nigga in the face. How y'all think them jurors looking at that? Let's go. Now, whoever this go to. They got back. Well, tell us about the Escalade incident. She said, well, he hit me. I fell to the floor. I was on the floor of the car, and he stomped on my face. Prosecutor said, how long did it last? Cassie said, he stomped me for 10 minutes. I tried to get away, but Sean's security brought me back. They said, what security? Who? She said, Roger Bonds. So Roger Bonds, you bitch ass nigga, you was holding Cassie. She couldn't run from Diddy because Roger Bonds, let's get this nigga famous, y'all. Prosecutor said, what did they tell me? She said Diddy and the security told her, go to a hotel. Cassie, they snuck me into a hotel covered up so no one could see my face. Boom. Cassie, how long were the prosecutor? How long were you at the London hotel? Cassie said, a week, a little more. An assistant bought me ice cream. Prosecutor said, what's the assistant's name? And guess who Cassie said? Jean.
Gene Deal.
Jean brung her the ice cream. So Jean, Cassie just said in court today that you was there while Diddy was beating her ass and you brung her ice cream. You's a bitch ass nigga. Told y'all that nigga was a goof troop. Now, prosecutor, did you feel you could leave the London hotel? Cassie said no. I understood his capability, his access to guns, the threats he made. Prosecutor said, when you were taken to the hotel after assault, Cassie said no. Now, she just said they took her to the hotel. Then she said after the assault, they didn't take her to the hotel. Cassie is up there having a mental breakdown, y'all. And that's the damage Diddy got on her. She could be up there like, look, and this nigga, yo, Diddy is in court doing this to Cassie while she on the stand, y'all.
Yeah, that nigga crazy.
This nigga throwing up the heart emoji while he's on the stand. But anyway, they asked her, well, why did they ask her? Did anyone file a police report? She said, no, the prosecutor said, well, did you know that assault incident was reported? Cassie said, I know. There was a blind item on the internet without our names. So imagine her knowing you reading on the media and all this. They got y'all on there. Won't say y'all names. They just say a woman assaulted by a man, but they wouldn't even put her name or his name in it because that's how much power Puffy got. So even if you did press charges, there was no name on it. We got 235 people in the building, 46 likes.
Let's get them motherfuckers.
Let's get them likes up, y'all, if that's not a problem. Do you feel me? Let me get a like for knowing how to read, y'all. That, you get what I'm saying? Fucking with y'all. You feel me? So, now, this is where we get in, y'all. They said, Cassie said, all right, here we go. Look, they said, when she said there was a blind item on the internet with our names. Cool. So when they asked her, how did you know it was you if it was a blind item? Why this girl say, when they asked her, who raised the blind item to you? Who told you about the blind item? She said, my mother. Defense said, objection. And then the prosecutor said, damn, not for the truth? Y'all want to object for to hear the truth? Then the judge said, overruled. Now, one, if nobody knows this is you, Cassie, you don't even, how'd your mother know that was you? How did your mother know that was you? And y'all listen to what she said. The prosecutor said, your mother, she said, this was before FaceTime was very popular, so I could hide myself. She asked if it was me, and the prosecutor said, what did you say? Cassie said, nah, I didn't want my mother to know something of that magnitude and be put in danger. Basically, her mother called her like, yo, I just seen this article, getting her ass whooped. Was that you? Cassie was on FaceTime, didn't show her face, and denied it because she didn't want her mother to know, because the mother probably would have blacked out on this nigga.
Yep, facts.
And then she said her mother's life would have been in danger. Do you feel me? Now, I don't know about y'all. Hold on. Let me read y'all what happened with the BET and the Drake party. This nigga Diddy is a jealous ass nigga. All I'm hearing is a lot of jealousy. Anyway, prosecutor said, when you went to a party with your girlfriends, what happened? Cassie said, I saw executives from BET. Then I heard that Diddy was there. Prosecutor said, what did you do? Cassie said, I left. I ran out as fast as I could. Prosecutor said, why? Cassie said, I thought he was angry. So, with everything y'all hearing, y'all hear the damage that Cassie is doing. That's why I say Cassie shouldn't be on the stand if niggas is trying to see Diddy thrown under the jail. Because the more Cassie speaks, she's not indicting Diddy.
She helping him out.
She is helping Diddy. Say how you keep
She
it.
helping that nigga out, for real. Thank you, Cassie.
She helping Diddy out, y'all.
They objecting to the right shit too.
Right, but hear me. Everything she's saying makes it sound like it's just an abusive relationship. Let's be honest, y'all. I'm reading y'all the facts. This does not sound like racketeering. This sounds like an abusive relationship. His girlfriend, yo, I got another urinary tract infection, daddy.
Right.
Okay, girl, she's sending out an email. Yeah, my throat's sore, daddy.
Right. That's coming from,
That's coming from that neck bone. Do you feel me? And for those that's saying cap, I'm being honest. And that's, let's say, Hippotherapy Hub said cap. Explain yourself. Let us know why it's cap. Because I'm just reading the facts and got a brain that work. This don't sound like racketeering and prostitution, y'all.
Domestic violence. That's some personal beef shit.
I'm being honest. Rel said 8-week trial. We gonna do this shit like the playoffs. I get this shit 2 more days. 2 more days. And why I say 2 more days? Because the other female witness that was supposed to be there talking like Cassie, telling us all these stories, never showed up to court. Remember, the judge threw out all the cases of the Jane Does who didn't show their face. All those got threw out. Cassie is the last of the Mohicans, and I think she's about to help her abuser get off of these charges, y'all. I seen this shit on Law and Order before. She looking Diddy straight in the eye, and that nigga over there probably crying and shit, so she feeling bad. Instead of her husband, they should have took Diddy out the courtroom while she was up there. Y'all don't think this nigga intimidating her?
Yeah.
Y'all don't think Diddy sitting there? That shit ain't intimidating? Come on, y'all. Because this don't make sense to me, and I'm going to ask y'all this. Only the ones that's in here rocking with us. How many of y'all seen the award ceremony for Diddy on BET? Y'all do remember that nigga ended that ceremony like, and I want to give a special thanks to Cassie for holding me down through the dark times. That's how that nigga ended that interview. Then he said, yeah, I want to give a shout out to Harlem, Bronx, New York, Manhattan. Now, if y'all on this, y'all know what's up. But how many of y'all remember that? That nigga, now this is where it's getting weird. Is that what made her want to sue the nigga? Because she's sitting at home with her husband. Now, mind you, before Diddy got all this award, she at home with her husband, probably saying how much a piece of doo-doo Diddy is. And then Diddy get one of the biggest awards on his life and you know, that hip-hop award. And then he ends it with, yo, I want to give a salute to Cassie. Thank you for holding me down in the dark times.
But not in a minute.
Yeah, cause see, now listen, now look, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all. We geniuses over. I'm just gonna break down some real nigga shit. Let's put 2 and 2 together, y'all. Diddy shouts her out, basically making. Let's say her husband was out pillow talking. Diddy a piece of doo-doo. Cassie don't like him and da-da-da-da. Well, all right then, nigga. Well, why did he just shout your bitch out on BET and say he want to thank her for holding him down through the dark times? Now, mind you, there wasn't no lawsuit then. There was not no lawsuit or anything. See, I know when that defense is saying jealousy, they talking about Cassie's husband. This nigga did podcasts. This nigga never had a podcast till he got with Cassie and then talk about how men who put hands on women ain't nothing. But nigga, you never touched Diddy.
Right.
You never touched Diddy. At all. And now you sitting in court, nigga. You sitting in. I done seen niggas on court TV jump over the police to punch a nigga. Nigga, you ain't even doing that for Cassie. This is all a pump Blake because this white nigga mad that Diddy shouted out Cassie where she's supposed to be a victim. Diddy shouting her out, knowing her. This girl just grinned on the stand, was laughing on the stand while describing what's going on to Diddy. And I'm telling y'all professionally, if I'm looking on the stand, I'm be like, yo, this bitch she lying. So let's get into why the prosecutor.
That's what Diddy was doing to Cassie.
Right. All right, now listen. They in her emails, they checking Cassie. Let's get into it. This is where the defense got into play. Because what did we say? They always asking, yo, why, what did Diddy do to you? And yeah, Diddy violent and jealous, right? But they never say what she do. So listen, this is where the prosecutor basically messed up at. It said, did Diddy come to a hotel where you were staying? Cassie said, yes. He beat me up and called me names. My face was bruised. Prosecutor had a photo in her phone. Said, who is this? Cassie said, Scott Miscuddy, known as Kid Cudi. We dated in 2011. Now, mind you, she in a freak off with Diddy in 08. She would have freak off with Diddy in 09. Diddy this aggressive. She's kidnapped. Hear me, y'all. Diddy is fighting for his life because they said that he kidnapped prostitution, this girl. So how you get to date Kid Cudi in 2011? This is why I say the feds are messing up their case. They should have never had her on the stand. Robert, that's a good question. Let's get into this. So, 08, 09, UTIs, throat burn, tongue burn, mouth burn. So, She gave that nigga's government name, Scott Miss Cuddy. I didn't know that nigga's name was weird like that. Known as Kid Cudi, we dated in 2011. Listen to this. Did Sean find out? Cassie said, yes, in my phone. Cassie said, Sean went through my phone during a freak out. He found an email. Prosecutor said, about what? Cassie said, taking my toiletry bag to Kid Cudi's house the next day. Sean put a wine opener in his hand and threatened me. I called Scott on a burner phone. Prosecutor said, where did you go? Cassie said, I went to Scott's house. Then I talked with Capricorn Clark, one of Diddy's assistants. Then what, said the prosecutor? I went to the house Sean was staying at. Why'd you? He told me he would release videos and hurt Kid Cudi and me. Prosecutor said, what videos? Cassie said, freak off videos of me. So, let me get this right, y'all. From 08 to 09, and y'all can judge me, I don't give a fuck if y'all like me after this or not. So from 08 to 09, we ain't even got to 2010 because she's not with him. 2011, how are you a kidnap victim and you have time to cheat with Kid Cudi? This nigga Diddy blew this little nigga's car up.
Oh yeah.
He blew her car. Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car, y'all. These is facts. Blew that boy shit to the ceiling.
Smithereens.
For creeping with Cassie. So you didn't run for help. You didn't go to the police. You went to Kid Cudi. So you're a rape victim that's kidnapped and still got time to do dick.
Come on.
Oh, but I thought when she stopped messing with Diddy, she got with her husband.
That was long down the line.
Listen, y'all. So, here we go. This is Cassie again. And I got this one. It says, now from 08, 09, you're dating Kid Cudi in 2011. So let me ask y'all the mental. Let me see how good the mental is. You're mentally distressed. You know Diddy is a goddamn demon. Diddy on demon time.
Man.
And you go to a freak off where this nigga keep you there 4 days, going off ecstasy, going off cocaine, going off liquor. Male prostitutes do whatever he tell them to do to you, and you went to that shit with emails from the nigga you're creeping with. I don't know. And you know Diddy whoop ass? Like, yo, come on now.
Make it make sense.
Come on now. Come on now. Listen. Let's get to the reality. So, she stayed with this nigga to 2018 and only left him because she knew he wouldn't marry her. She dumped him the day after they put Kim in the ground. When they, rest in peace, Kim Porter. She chose to run away when they put Kim Porter in the ground and Diddy told her, I'm not marrying you. Then you leave. All right, y'all. All right. Okay, listen to this. Cassie also says she was experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder before ending her relationship with Diddy in 2018. She said she was blacking out and sleepwalking. In my mind, my body told me I just needed to chill out. Cassie testified. Then, Cassie testified in 2018 that Combs forced his way into her Los Angeles apartment, sexually assaulted her after she told him she was ending their relationship. She had met him for dinner in Malibu seeking closure, but he later came to her home and refused to leave. Cassie testified she saw Combs on a subsequent occasion and had consensual encounters with him. She explained, "We've been together for over 10 years. You just don't turn feelings off like that. I didn't hate him." And that's on TMZ and a lot of sites right there. She said, "I've been with him 10 years. You just don't turn off feelings like that. I didn't hate him." So let me get it right. You ain't do none of this shit. You didn't hate him. And she's done for admitting that. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Them putting her on the stand just helped Diddy beat these charges that consists with her, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That was a slam dunk.
She helping him out.
Yeah, cocaine a hell of a drug. I'm telling y'all. Now listen to this. Yeah, now here we go. This is where it gets crazy. Because no one helped this girl at this state. And mind you, she's not with Diddy anymore. And I want y'all to hear this. Cassie testified that at one point her emotional pain led her to attempt to walk into traffic, but her husband stopped her. She later began trauma therapy and wrote a book with help from her mother. Listen, this is where that lawsuit come into play, y'all. This is another thirsty bitch. She later began trauma therapy and wrote a book with help from her mother, hoping Diddy would read it. She wrote a book with her and her mother while she's with her husband. So y'all know the husband invested on the paper and the ink. Yo, you writing a book about Diddy? Write it, baby, write it. And it flopped. It ain't go nowhere. But anyway, she was hoping Combs would read it. She described the pain he caused as rooted in shame, saying he made her carry the weight of his shameful actions and that she wrongly felt responsible. She said this dynamic began when she was 22 and was something he expected of her, leaving her feeling terrible. Cassie testified that she sent chapters of her books to Diddy through her attorney and also contacted KK to ask if he had read it. She was told it wasn't taken seriously. She said she initially asked for $30 million for the book not to come out and ultimately filed a lawsuit in November 2023. So this is where it matters, y'all. This shit just threw the case out. So you telling me you threaten, now these niggas, you talking about Diddy threatening you with a videotape, but your dumb ass and your mama then fucked up and sent Diddy a book that y'all writing about him, getting mad that you called one of his personal assistants and asked him, did Diddy read the book?
Dummy.
And the person say, nah, Diddy read it. He don't give a fuck about that book. Oh, that's when I decided to sue for $30 million. But you only got $20 million. So why are you in court? Why are you in court, shorty?
Yeah, blackmail.
I don't understand. Y'all have to, now can y'all make that make sense to me? Because I'm telling you, sitting over on Diddy's side, mind you, he got Young Thug's lawyer. Diddy got Young Thug's lawyer now. This case about to get thrown out. Everything Cassie just testified to, y'all, was relationship. Diddy did not have her chained, held against her will. She basically just helped Diddy out. So you was dating 08? Yeah, I went to freak offs with him. Well, this is how they messed her up. They tricked Cassie. They said, well, what did you do when you left? See? Well, what did you do when you left? She was supposed to, this is what Cassie was supposed to say, y'all. I never got to leave.
She went home.
Cassie was supposed to say, I never got to go home.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to leave. So they basically just made Cassie look very idiotic on the stand. So you basically saying, did he let you go? Yeah. Huh? Let's just be honest.
After all the torture.
After all that shit, did he let you leave? Yeah. What you do? Send them emails, letting them know my coochie hurt and my tongue hurt. You ain't run to the police. And did he let you go? So after 11, what you do when Diddy left? I went and cheated on him with Kid Cudi.
Make that make sense.
Make that make sense, y'all. So you saying Diddy whooped your ass because he caught you cheating with Kid Cudi? Yeah, okay. Every nigga do that to a girl they catch cheating. Right. Man beaters, only the man beaters. Some niggas just sit there and just, wow. I don't get it. Do you feel me? I don't get it. So, yeah, y'all, she just really helped this nigga Diddy out, and I really think she's doing it purposely because she still loves Diddy. I'm dead serious. Now, then we can sit here and everyone in here and every woman on here, you know I love y'all, but y'all can say her, nah, she a victim. Y'all don't get it. The feds is in her business. Cassie don't have to take the stand. Her taking the stand is why they're about to embarrass her, because even the feds have to respect the law. You've been paid already. Yeah. It's just you're the only witness that we got left, and we built this big-ass case on Diddy. So you're going to have to make it look like he racketeered you and all this, and she's really sitting up there making them look stupid for Diddy. Nah, Diddy let me leave. I ain't never heard that in the of kidnapping, that you get to leave.
And Diddy got receipts.
Yeah, Diddy got all the receipts. So you're telling me that this male stripper ain't sitting up here like a victim at all, just you. Oh, you knew that male stripper liked you. Yeah, I knew he liked me, but I never liked him. Well, why did you do it? Because of Diddy. Damn. You a little slut, ain't you? Damn.
Because of Diddy.
So now you a freak and you a victim. Just being honest. Mia, thank you very much for the $10. I'm just being honest. We even got a P. Diddy on here saying, I'm innocent. But anyway. That's how y'all know Diddy really famous, because niggas will make an account like they P. Diddy.
Yeah. Who want to be him right now?
So I'm just being honest. Now let's get back to the facts, y'all. I read y'all all of the text scripts, besides the one where she said that Diddy had a pool in the hotel room filled with lubricant, and he told Cassie, you gotta be glistening, girl. I need you shining. You gotta be glistening out this bitch. Who wants to be ashy when you're on video? Now, for years again, here we go. A lot of people knew Cassie was making them videos and them sex tapes.
Yeah.
But Diddy wasn't walking her on no leash. Then you get in court today, knowing every time her husband take a piss, that nigga gonna be crying. Like, Every time that nigga wash his body with lotion, that nigga gonna be like, Look, Diddy a cold nigga, man. Cassie might as well just break up and just wait for Diddy, y'all. I'm just gonna say it, because it's like she said. She was with him for 10 years. You just don't cut something like that off. So now, I'm being honest. Oh.
Hey, Juke.
We blazing that Juke, you know. And only promote it because it's legal in our state, you feel me? But y'all could get, you know, that's a look, that shit look like Goku's hair. That shit look like the top of Goku's head, you feel me? Keep your broccoli close, man. You know? So, then I'm just sitting here like, yo, why did R. Kelly get convicted again?
Free R. Kelly.
Casey, thank you for the $10 very much. Yo, Like you said, he is rich. You just don't take off without a cash app. Now,
Yeah, that's fucked up.
now, this is where I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. This case is gonna be thrown out in 2 more days, okay? So when Diddy is at these events, he's not standing there with the black tee, good Jerry Curl Diddy. This nigga's hiding himself. Y'all heard the first witness. He said, well, Jonathan, he said, I didn't even know it was Diddy because he had a hat on and he had a bandana and he was acting like he was into, you know, merchandise. He acted like a sales merchant. I'm just being honest. So Diddy was not being known as Diddy. So basically what we have also, Cassie, the whole racketeering case, y'all, this girl got $30 million.
And looking for more.
$30 million. Y'all, look, they trying to look. They can do niggas like this. Remember when we told y'all, yo, R. Kelly beat his charges, then they called him again. That's BS. They just doing that nigga like that, y'all. Look,
It's double jeopardy.
this is some double jeopardy shit.
You black, you got money, they coming for your ass. What up, though?
I'm being honest. They coming for the homie, and there ain't nothing nobody can do about it because she is the. Now I'm saying this to every victim out there going through it. You know what it is. We getting justice for them. Yo, Cassie, it's like she is deliberately fucking up their case. She ain't saying the right shit, and that's all I'm trying to say. That when this case get thrown out because of Cassie, no, we brung it to y'all first before these other dudes because it's just. It's not helping Diddy. She said she